Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Arsenal just tied with Man United in the Premier League. We could have become the first team ever to beat Man United five times in a row in the Premier League era, which would have been quite the achievement. Admittedly, less of an achievement with the Man United team right now. Uh, but we tied, probably could have won, especially with how we were playing in the first half. Um, I don't know. I feel like I should be upset by this. Um, I think partially because I watched the women's game against Liverpool for the previous 2 hours and was just really frustrated with that. I went into the Arsenal Man United game fully expecting a 1-0 Man United win. I expected mainly to like what they did in the FA Cup, which was play a mid block, catch us out on the break, and they do have good players, so they can do that. Um, and it doesn't seem to be how they played in the first half. I was kind of surprised by that because I think Man United do have a lot of very talented players and they're underachieving massively. But like they've shown up in the biggest games and they can catch you out. No matter how poorly they're performing, they do have a team of very good players. Uh, and in the first half, it was all Arsenal. Man United barely did anything, and yet somehow they were the ones winning at halftime. Uh, I noticed that most of Arsenal's games tend to go either one of two. Well, I shouldn't say most. A lot of them tend to go one of two ways, which is either they don't create any meaningful chances at all in the first half, despite having a lot of the possession, they can't get past the defense at all, and so they just kind of pass the ball around, get a few half chances, nothing happens. Or they actually do create a few decent chances and just don't take them, which is more what happened in the first half. Uh, but no one got on it, and so we didn't get a goal. And then Man United get a free kick just to end the half, and you I could immediately have this feeling of dread. I knew it was going to happen, and sure enough, Bruno Guimaraes steps up and scores a pretty impressive free kick. Raya has this is the second time he's kind of been caught out for being too far towards his post when the ball comes in towards the other side. Um, and it was a solid kick from Fernandes, but Raya didn't entirely make it hard for him to score. I feel like he could have done better. Raya did plenty to redeem himself in the second half, but that was disappointing. And it was very disappointing to go down 1-0 at halftime. And I saw a few like memes after the PSV game that's like, oh yeah, Man United's gonna get battered, destroyed by Arsenal now. I didn't buy into those. I want to see a few more games where Arsenal are free scoring to jump on that train. And sure enough, Man United ended up getting the lead because we couldn't score. Um, I'm counting down the days until Saka comes back. Uh, But anyways, Man United were winning 1-0 at halftime, and then in the second half, that's when they played the mid block. And seeing how they played in the second half, I really wonder why they didn't try and mid block the whole game because they created way more meaningful chances in the second half than the first half. Um, they actually looked like maybe even the better side in the second half. Uh, Arsenal, of course, struggled to get past the defense because that's what's happened every time we go up against the mid block. Um, and then they could catch us out. They nearly did several times. If not for some heroics by Raya, we probably would have lost the game. Declan Rice also came up pretty big in more ways than one near the end of the match. Forget who gave the ball away, but he made a mistake, gave the ball to a Man United player with a clear sighted goal, and Rice comes in behind the player and puts in the most perfectly timed tackle. The only thing he could possibly have done without giving away a foul or letting the player shoot in an incredibly dangerous position. And that was amazing. Rice pretty much single handedly kept us in the game there. And also Raya again made several really impressive saves. Uh, we did get one goal back. I'd say the one time Man United didn't defend that well because they did a pretty good job at containing Arsenal's attack overall. But just one moment where Rice had the ball at the edge of the box, and there were a bunch of players in the box, but none really up close to Rice. He had a ton of time to shoot. And one of the undervalued assets of Declan Rice is that he's honestly pretty good at long shots. And sure enough, he takes his opportunity and scores. And I feel like Man United might be kicking themselves for that because other than that, they did defend really well in the second half, but they made that mistake. And Rice is a really good player and very good at getting those kinds of goals. Um, so I feel like I should be upset. I think I just expected us to lose, and because of the game that happened previously that I was very disappointed by. Um, I was happy we didn't lose. Honestly, like I don't know. More than anything, I just feel relieved that we didn't lose to Man United, especially because I have a few friends who support Man United, and they would have mocked me mercilessly for that. Um, but the thing is, I've pretty much given up on the Premier League title. Like, it's not going to happen. Liverpool's way too far ahead now. I'm kind of, again, just counting down the days till Saka comes back, which might be before April now, fingers crossed. Um, and hopefully we can be a bit more impressive in attack then. Saka has probably been the best at getting goals this season, whilst everyone else was struggling. Uh, so if he comes back in the form that he always is in, hopefully not too affected by the injury and being out for 3 months, which would be understandable if he is. But I need him to immediately be on form when he comes back. Uh, I think I'm kind of just seeing, like, I'm happy now to just see out this period. Uh, we don't have all the attackers we usually do, and I think I want to see us finish as high as we can. I think by this point of the season, should just make sure we hold on to that second place spot in Champions League football. So a draw is a draw. It's not like we were gonna win the title anyways, so I guess I can't. I'm not that disappointed anymore. Um, I do think that the summer we're gonna need to massively shift our system because, as previously mentioned, the mid block has just been incredibly effective at stopping us. Um, and I think it can be done, but the thing I'm worried about is like uh it's not just getting a striker. We fundamentally need to change the way we play football because too many clubs have figured out how to beat us. You play a mid block and catch us on the break. And that's how West Ham, Fulham, Newcastle, Aston Villa have all gotten results against us in recent times. Uh, and if we can't rectify that, we won't win league titles, which I really think this squad is capable of. So we'll see. Um, it's not been a great day to be an Arsenal fan, but again, I am very relieved. I was very stressed at the end of the game. I know that it was offsides, but I just don't know how Martinelli missed that shot at the end. Him coming back is hopefully going to provide a bit of a lift, but he's been fairly patchy. Um, so we'll see. Again, I just want to see us see this out, see this period out, and get to the end of the year at this point. So a draw is a draw, I guess. That feels kind of depressing to say now, but that's where I'm at now.